and your neighbors across the country buy more food packages carrying this brand than any other in the world. And now Borden's presents TV's newest and liveliest panel show, Make the Connection. And here is our Make the Connection panel, the star of Life with Elizabeth, Betty White. Disc jockey, humorist, Klafin. Hollywood actress and singing star, Gloria Dehaven. Star of the Broadway show, The 7-Year Itch, Eddie Bracken. Our moderator, Jim McKay. And Borden's guest tonight, the very beautiful and talented Hollywood star, Miss Diana Lynn.
Hello again, and welcome to this session of Make the Connection. Tonight our panel is going to try to make the connection between two or more contestants. And just to refresh our memories, dear panel, I'll run down the ground rules for you again. You can question as long as that light in front of you is on. Now, when that light goes off, you have lost $25. And when you've lost $150, the game is over. Our contestants take home all the money, and that is it. Now, are you ready? Is it clear? Everything is understood?
Who takes home the contestants?
That is up to you to find out later. Right now, may we meet our first pair of contestants with the connection. Say, you can hardly see us at all, can you? Let's get a telephone book for you to sit on here, huh? Okay? Slide it right underneath. Good evening, ma'am. What is your name?
I'm Virginia Brown.
And where are you from?
Havelock, North Carolina.
And I think we'll be real generous to the panel tonight. What's your occupation?
I'm a school teacher.
All right. And what's your name, honey?
Donna Whitfield.
Donna Whitfield? Where's your home?
Havelock, North Carolina.
That's the same town, isn't it? Well, you look real pretty tonight, and we thank you for coming so far to see us. Right now, for the sake of our audience, let's make the connection.
While Mrs. Brown was teaching Donna, Donna gave her the measles.
You did, huh? All right, panel, I'll give you one link in this connection now. Donna here did something to Mrs. Brown. And with that information, we'll start the questioning with Betty White.
Mrs. Brown, is Donna, or was she ever a student of yours?
Yes.
May I call you Donna, or should I say Miss Whitfield? Is Donna all right?
It's all right if she calls you Donna, isn't it? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
She's pretty grown up, but it's all right.
Donna, you did something to Mrs. Brown. Did any of your classmates do this with you?
No, you did it all by yourself, didn't you?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Well, if they didn't do it with you, did this make you a celebrity in some way with your classmates?
She was pretty famous there, I'll bet, weren't you? For a little while, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In other words, they all maybe wanted to do this thing, but you were the only one that had the nerve to do it? Was that it?
No. The answer's no.
Well, did this thing make you teacher's pet by any chance?
Oh. I don't think at the time. That's $25 down, Betty. Here comes Big Klafin at us again.
Jim, what's this big Jim? What the heck with it? I forgot my own name. Donna, I would like to say this. I know exactly what you did. You threw spitballs. You cheated on a test.
No.
Takes one to know one.
Put a live mouse in the teacher's desk?
No.
Did you sign
Apparently the
your own
answer to
report
that is
card?
not lately, because she hasn't.
Didn't sign your own report card?
No.
Didn't put chewing tobacco in her lunch pail?
No.
These are the things I did. I just wondered if she didn't. Then did you throw something at her?
No.
Give something to her?
Yes.
Ah. Was it something Mommy gave for you to take to school to give to teachers?
Sure wasn't, was it, Tom? That's $50 down, Gene, and here's Gloria Dehaven.
Mrs. Brown, Donna gave something to you.
Yes.
Would this be something that, well, would you get this more from a friend than a stranger?
I think actually it is more likely, don't you, Miss Brown?
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then is it something kind of personal and intimate?
Yes, I guess so.
I guess so, too. It sure is. Very personal, Gloria.
Well, when a girl is engaged to a boy, does she get this from the boy?
I hope not.
Not likely, Gloria. We've reached the halfway mark at $75. Here's Eddie Bracken.
The thing that she gave you, was it an object or any object involved in it?
No.
Not in our usual sense,
Did
Eddie,
it
although,
change-
however, actually, yes. I'll explain to you later if you want. Yes, I'm going to say
Well,
there
did
was
it-
an object involved.
Did it change your appearance in any way?
Yes.
Was it something to wear?
No.
It wasn't something to wear, but it changed your appearance.
Yes.
Did she do a nasty little thing like get some kind of a disease problem, like chicken pox or the measles? And yes.
I could tell to look at you tonight. You were ready, Ed. But
You
actually,
don't still have them by any chance?
it just occurred to me this is a pretty dangerous place I'm sitting, because what happened was Donna gave the measles to Mrs. Brown when Mrs. Brown was her teacher. Miss Brown, I don't think you realize this. I know you don't, as a matter of fact, but there's actually an additional connection here tonight, and I want to see if you remember. You can be the panel for a while. Will you come out, please?
Oh.
You recognize this fellow? Why do you particularly recognize this young man?
He was involved in a similar incident last year.
How do
The
you
year
mean?
before. I caught chicken pox from him.
This is, what is your name again?
Just lucky, I guess, huh, Jim?
What is it, Walter Swanson? Who said something over there?
I did. I said she's just lucky, I guess.
I'd like to address one question to Mrs. Brown.
Yes, Gene.
Didn't I see you on Medic 2 weeks ago?
No, it's next week, Gene, after tonight.
Jim, with everybody throwing questions, I have one thing. One gave her the measles. I don't know what this young man gave to her, but, you know, I have 5 children. I hope that's not contagious, too.
Well, I gave both things to my own children. I have 2 children, and I gave measles and chicken pox to both of my children.
Okay, it really made the round. Walter, you weren't out here very long, but actually we're going to give you an equal share in the prizes tonight. I thought you might like that. And for you, Mrs. Brown, we also have an extra gift we're going to give you with the compliments of the Borden folks. 1 year's paid-up membership in the Blue Cross. How about that? All right? Thank you all very much. And good night to you.
Good night.
Knocked that one off pretty fast, didn't you? All right, panel, we're ready to make our second connection now. May we have our next guest, please? Panel, we're going to be very sneaky at this point with you. Not actually, but we're going to withhold some information. This gentleman on my right, for the next few minutes at least, is going to be known as Mr. X. Isn't that intriguing? Because I think you'd recognize his real name if you heard it.
How do you spell
Gentlemen-
X, Jim?
E-C-K-S.
Thank you.
Yeah. And the gentleman on my left is Mr. Mike Halpern, a student at Rutgers University. And now, for the sake of our audience, let's make the connection.
This is the famous hypnotist, Franz Polgar. And Mr. Halpern is now under hypnosis.
All right, panel, one link again for you. This is something that Mr. X did to Mr. Halpern. And we'll start the questioning this time with Eddie Bracken.
Something that he did to you?
No, that Mr. X here did to Mr. Halpern.
Something you did to him, I see. Mr. Halpin, were you happy about this when he did it to you?
He's pretty happy about it, yeah.
He's pretty happy about it. Can Mr. Halpin hear me?
Can Mr. Halpern hear you?
Yes.
Matter of fact, he can't.
He can hear you. He can't hear me talk at all.
No, he can't.
Does it have something to do with his hearing?
Not his hearing, actually. No, Ed. He can't hear you right now. That's $25 down. And we'll go along to Betty White. Got away from you just in time, didn't we, Ed?
Yes, you did.
Does this have anything to do with a fraternity in any way, shape, or form?
No fraternity.
No fraternity.
That wouldn't be X, that would be iota.
Does this have anything to do with Mr. Halpern's ears, physically in any way?
No, specifically not with his ears, Betty.
He looks so kind of unconcerned about the whole thing. Could I write him a note and tell him he's missing a very good show? No, seriously, he's missing a good show.
That's a good idea.
Mr. X, would it help me to know what you do for a living? Would it help me to know what you do for a living?
Your occupation would help, don't you think?
Oh, yes, oh, yes.
Is there a product connected with what you do?
No product. $50 down, and we go along to Gene Clavin.
Well, now, is this young man, Mr. X, I don't want to look at you because if you say yes, I'm in trouble. Is this young man hypnotized?
Right. That's it, Gene.
Looks like me, did you notice?
Look. Good for you, Gene. This actually is Dr. Franz Polgar, the famous hypnotist. Just before the program, he hypnotized Mr. Halpern, and Mr. Halpern is at this moment hypnotized. That's it.
Well, in a certain manner, I would say.
I was going to ask you, what is actually his condition right now?
Well, you say hypnosis actually means sleep. But his condition is a sort of partial hypnosis. In other words, he can walk around, he sees everything, but he does not hear anybody but me. But for that matter, he does not hear me now either. He hears me only when I want him. Let me just sort of demonstrate
It's kind of complicated. I was wondering if you could give us a demonstration.
Mike doesn't hear me now. And as you notice, if you look at him, there's a fly on his forehead, but he doesn't know anything about it. But now I want Mike know and hear me. There's a fly on his forehead. He hears me only when I want him to hear me.
It's very obvious at this point. Doctor, I wonder what else we could do. You want to take him out of this at the moment?
Well, I better, I suppose. No, would you like to see some little demonstration of
yeah, I'd like to very much.
All right.
Okay.
Just one moment. Hello, Mike. How are you? Come on with me. I would like to talk to you. Would you like to join us, Mr. McKay?
Yes, I would.
We may never see McKay again.
But don't look at me, you know, that way.
Yes.
Mike, how are you, by the way? Fine. You know what's been going on here?
No, as a matter of fact.
Well, it's just as well, I think.
Well, you see, Mr. McKay, I can hypnotize, and I'm talking to you too as well. I can hypnotize people simply shaking hands. It's a very simple matter. I might,
yeah, it'd be better.
It's a simple thing. Just shake hands with him, say nothing at all. Just like this. And now, he's asleep. Would you like to test him? Would you like to try to awaken him? Talk to him.
Mike. Big Mike.
Shake him, do anything at all.
Rah-rah Rutgers.
Anything at all. Anything at all.
Really?
Shake him, touch him, anything at all.
He's asleep.
All right. Now, you cannot open your eyes, Mike. Try to open your eyes. You cannot do it. Try hard, harder. You cannot do it. Don't try anymore. Stay as you are. Open your mouth now, Mike. You cannot close your mouth. Try to close it. Cannot do it. Just cannot do it. Try harder. Cannot do it. When I snap my finger, you can do it. 1, 2, and 3. And now, in just a little while, I am going to awaken you, Mike. When I will awaken you, realize, of course, you see everybody, hear everybody. 2 little things will happen later on. When I will take my handkerchief out of my pocket and touch my face, you will have an irresistible urge to go to the ladies on the right and kiss their hands. When I take my handkerchief out of my pocket, touch my face, you go to them, kiss their hands. And just one more thing, please. When I will touch your head like this, you will be compelled to yell as loud as you can 3 times, hip, hip, hooray. When you kiss their hands, you don't even know anything about it. You don't remember anything. When I snap my finger, awake and with a big smile, 1, 2, 3. Wake up. Well, how are you, Mike?
Very interesting to hear about your profession, Doctor. By the way, it's kind of warm in here. Doesn't it strike you in the studio tonight?
Yes, it is. It's really rather... Mike, pardon me. Come over here, please. Do you know these ladies?
No, I don't.
I just noticed you started kissing their hands. Why did you do that?
I didn't kiss their hands.
You did not kiss their... Are you sure?
That's what you think. You sure did. Mike, it's been wonderful having you here, and I think everybody has enjoyed this session very much, possibly excepting you, because you haven't seen anything that's gone on. However, we're going to take care of that for you. We are going to get you a film recording of the whole show so you can sit down next week and look at it, okay? Where should we send it? Not to Rutgers in the summertime, I guess. Where are you now?
Well, I'm working at Banner Lodge now, up in Connecticut, Moodus, Connecticut.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that place. Well, thank you once again for being with us, Mike, very much, and thank you, Dr. Polgar.
Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray!
I never
Panel,
had
are
it
you still
so
all
good.
awake? Huh?
I don't believe this thing.
That was a scene from the new play to be seen on Broadway next year called The 7-Year Trance. Is that right? Panel, in just a moment, you're going to have a chance to make the connection between our guest star, Diana Lynn, and another gentleman. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Hollywood, a fine actress and a wonderful musician, the beautiful Miss Diana Lynn. Hello, Diana. It's nice to see you. You know, a girl like you with two careers, one as an actress, another as a musician, must be keeping pretty busy. What's your latest project?
Well, my latest project has been 7 weeks of complete holiday, and I haven't done one single constructive thing. I've been in Europe, and I've had a wonderful time, and I don't regret a minute of it.
It's been a nice summer over there.
Yes, it
How
has.
about professionally? Do you have anything coming up we want to see?
Well, it's clever of you to ask that. As a matter of fact, there is a film being released with Burt Lancaster. He both directed and acted in it, and it's called The Kentuckian, and it should be released sometime in September, and I hope that clears that up.
We'll be there
I
on
like it, as a
opening night.
matter of fact.
Diana, I think right now it might be interesting to meet the second half of your connection. And the second half of your connection happens to be Mr. Eddie Bracken. Double duty for you tonight, Ed. Double
What do I do
duty.
now?
Just come right over here and sit in the chair to my left,
Well, I'll
if you
see you
would.
all later.
I'm going to be lonely.
Before you go, Ed, the answer, please.
I don't know what it is myself.
Well, that's the only trouble. The second half of our connection doesn't know what the answer is. Would you like me to tell you?
I would like to.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have them outnumbered anymore, panel. Let's get to work.
All right?
That's right.
And now, for the sake of our audience, let's make the connection.
When Diana Lynn started in the movies, Eddie Bracken gave her her first screen kiss.
Oh, and he's so proud. He's so proud. Panel, I'm going to give you a link once again. This is something that Eddie Bracken did to Diana Lynn, and we'll begin the questioning with Gloria Dehaven.
Well, first of all, hi, Diana. How are you?
Gloria?
Gee, I don't know. I miss my partner over here. Eddie, this is something you did too, Diana?
Yes, I did.
How
too,
nice.
Diana. How
Well,
nice.
anyway, is this something that happened a long time ago, Eddie?
Yes, unfortunately.
Does it have to do with yours and Diana's career?
With my or Diana's career?
Mm-hmm.
I suppose it had to be sooner or later, yeah.
Hey, this is clever, Dave. You like
Well,
it?
it has
Reasonable
something to do with your working together. Did you work together at one time?
Yes, we worked together in 3 motion pictures.
No, I mean a long time ago.
And now, well, we can't possibly have the questioning.
I'm waiting for this. They cut the bell off.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait my table. Let me ask
Wait a minute. You can't go over there.
The regular Groucho Marx.
What was saying, Charlie?
Good morning and welcome to Maniacs and Carpenters.
Well,
it
you're over here,
doesn't
you're
quite
supposed to
work
know
out
the
this
answer.
way, I'm
You're
afraid,
not going
Gloria.
to tell me the...
Well, and it's going to confuse everybody, something terrible.
Do I ask the question?
Because it's true.
Can I have my question, please?
You're leaving again?
I pass.
Ed, yeah.
Now that we all know where we are.
Yeah.
These ad-libbing comedians we have.
Now, who were we or where were we or what? It looks like...
I don't know, but I'm dizzy.
Betty White.
No, see, she changed position.
Does this spectacular, I'm all right, does this specific connection have to do with a time that you worked together, Mr. Bracken?
Yes, it does, Miss White.
Was there any embarrassment involved, Diana?
Yes,
Yeah, I
I'm
guess
afraid
so.
there was, yes.
Was it like, for instance, a practical joke on the set or something like that?
Well, it wasn't exactly a practical joke, no. It
An
wasn't,
accident,
No.
perhaps?
I don't think it was an accident, no.
Did Mr. Bracken, I'll call you Eddie for now, did Eddie do this intentionally?
Yes, he rather did, yes. He was quite intense.
Yeah, more than rather, much more.
That's $50 down, I think. Gene, Klafin.
I'd like to say hi, Diana. I don't know her, but no harm trying. Ed,
Yeah?
First question is, if I plug 7 You're Rich, will you plug my radio show?
Oh, are you on radio now?
Oh,
bye.
Was this in the movie that this little connection happened?
Yes.
Diana, did you marry him? He's always marrying somebody. Did you marry him in the movie?
No, this is not what we're referring to.
Did
we ever get married? As a matter of fact, I've forgotten. Did we ever get married?
Well, we got married in 2 pictures, I think, yeah.
Oh, that's not fair. You married
But I
me
have
twice.
forgotten.
But that's not what we're looking
That's
for.
right, I married Gloria twice.
You can marry me and have a real first.
You'd like to have a question, Gloria?
Yes, where's my ring? Oh, no. This, you say, is something that was in the form of a practical joke? Did you say
it wasn't.
It was something
No,
serious.
It was serious, yes, it was.
Was it during a scene? During a scene in a movie?
Yes, it was.
Did Eddie break you up in some way?
As a matter of fact, I did.
Yes, as a matter of fact.
but
Diana'd be too nice to say it or even admit it at the time.
Did he put on some silly costume, perhaps, when you were doing a close-up or something?
Oh, no. Far be it from Eddie ever to be so unprofessional.
Oh, I don't know.
All right, I don't think you're going to get it, panel. I think I'll just tell you what it is.
Flyer?
Yes, take a quick guess, Betty.
Go on, Betty.
Did you by any chance give her a hug and break a rib or anything like that?
Not girl, you're close. This is what we did.
That's right. Eddie Bracken gave Diana Lynn her very first kiss in the movie.
Yes, and my school teacher was there. Oh, I must say, I was embarrassed, wasn't I?
You know, Diana was there. She was very embarrassed about it, and she was very nervous about the kiss. It was the first time. So the shot came up, and I kissed her, and I heard them yell, cut. And about 10 minutes later, they dragged me away from her.
It was your first time, too, wasn't it?
No, I had a few before her.
Diana, you remember what picture that was?
Yes, it was called Out of This World, and it was about a crooner played by Eddie, and you were singing with Bing Crosby's voice at the time, and I was playing, strangely enough, a girl band leader. I don't know quite how that happened. But
I remember that picture.
You do. Eddie, there's one thing I've got to ask you.
All
In
right.
lieu of the beginning of the show, when we were talking about these things, do you remember a party that you gave after we did The Miracle of Morgan's Creek? And I was a very grubby adolescent at the time, and I was, I guess, about 15 years old. Oh, yes, I was. Anyway, I felt kind of uncomfortable. We were sitting at the Turnabout Theater, and I remember it sort of went on, and I got, sort of hotter and hotter, and it was worse and worse. And by the time I got home, I had a raving case of measles, and I wondered, Eddie, did you ever catch them?
No, it was that little girl that was here.
Now we're back to the first spot again. Thank you very much, Diana Lynn and Eddie Bracken.
Oh, thank you.
Jim, just one comment. It's nice having an older man on the panel with us.
It is very pleasant. Well, now that we've had our track meet practice for today and also played our guest celebrity spot, let me ask you something. You like good food? Sure, who doesn't? Well, then here's something that's right up your alley. Panel, you did pretty well as panelists tonight, but you did even better as athletes running around here. Betty, safe flying, and we'll see you here again next week.
I sure will. And the only thing I was going to ask, if I could borrow Mr. X, I have a couple of people out on the coast that might be a little more cooperative if they were hypnotized. Could I possibly?
It's possible. Jane, please don't forget to get up tomorrow morning for the early show, will you? Good night. Gloria, I think the Rutgers track team would like to see you in the morning. You won the race here tonight.
Wonderful. Thank you for letting me lose 5 pounds. Good night, Jim.
Good night. And Edward, you established a television first, I'm sure, the first time anybody was ever a contestant and a panelist at the same time on the same show.
Well, you know, this doctor, too, this Dr. X, I'm sure I met him in Hess Brothers department store in Allentown, Pennsylvania. He hypnotized me into buying that tie for Jean.
That would figure, all right. Thanks very much, panel. See you next week. Thank you very much for being with us to play Make the Connection. Hope you'll be here same time next week. Until then, this is Jim McKay for Board and say, be careful crossing streets. We want to see you later, and so long.
This has been a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. Francis Transportation for Make the Connection was arranged by American Airlines, the country's leading airline. American Airlines serves 77 major cities. They'll fly you in luxurious comfort aboard DC-7 flagships. Make the Connection has been brought to you by Borden.